We're about to tackle a statement that can feel like a real punch to the gut, especially when you're in the middle of some serious pain. In this explainer, we're going to break down how reality actually works, not to point fingers or assign blame, but to show you exactly where your true, incredible power has been hiding.
All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and dive right into the toughest question there is. Hearing this when you're suffering can feel so incredibly cruel, right? Like someone is blaming you for your own pain. But what if it's not an accusation at all? What if, hidden inside that seemingly harsh statement, is the actual key to unlocking the cage for good?
But before we go one step further, I need to be crystal clear about something. The pain you feel, it is 100% real. The difficult circumstances, the fear, the disrespect, all of it is absolutely valid. Nobody is trying to dismiss what you've gone through. We're here to understand the deep down mechanics behind it so you never ever have to experience it again.
So, if it's not about blame, then what is it about? Well, this leads us straight to the root of it all, the unconscious blueprint. It's this deep, inner program that's been running our lives on autopilot, most of the time without us even having a clue.
This deep programming is often called your old awareness. You can think of it like the first operating system that was installed on your mind's computer when you were just a little kid. It's a whole collection of beliefs and expectations about what love looks like, what safety feels like, and what you're worth, all absorbed directly from your surroundings before you even knew how to question it.
Okay, let's break this down because this is so important. The metaphor is perfect. Your mind really is like a computer, and from ages 0 to 7, it's in full-on download mode. It's like a sponge with no filter. So, if there was chaos, it downloaded the Love is Chaotic program. If there was criticism, it downloaded the I'm Not Enough program. Now look at Sarah. She grew up in a chaotic house, so her deep inner program thinks that instability is what love feels like. It's not that she consciously wants it, but her program is automatically searching for that familiar feeling, that chaos it thinks is home. And then there's Michael. His parents were always critical, so his core program just runs on a loop. I am not good enough. And what happens? His reality keeps bringing him bosses and partners who prove that belief right, reflecting it back to him perfectly.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Your outer world isn't just randomly happening to you, it is literally reflecting from you. It's exactly like Sarah and Michael. Their reality had to show them a perfect mirror of the person they were being on the inside. The programs you're running dictate the world you can even perceive.
And that's why this is the most important thing to get. It is not your fault. You didn't consciously choose these programs as a kid. It's just an automatic pattern, an old identity running in the background of your mind, attracting people and situations that are a perfect match for its code. Just seeing that, just realizing that, is the very first step to taking your power back.
All right, so if we've got this old pattern running, how in the world do we change it? This is where we completely flip the script. We're going to move away from the powerless, heavy idea of blame and step into the incredible, life-changing power of accountability.
Just look at this comparison, because the difference here is everything. Blame keeps you chained to the past. It makes you a permanent victim, and it whispers, "It was my fault," which only creates more guilt and shame. But accountability? Whoa, that's a whole different universe. It's focused right here, right now. It doesn't say it's my fault. It says I am the cause. And if I'm the cause of this mess, that means I can be the cause of a miracle. See the difference? One makes you a victim, the other makes you the creator. It's the shift from being powerless to being infinitely powerful.
Let's use another metaphor to make this really click. You are the director of your life's movie. Blame is just sitting in the dark, watching the same sad old footage over and over again. But accountability? That's you jumping up, yelling, "Cut!" grabbing the camera and deciding to shoot a completely new scene, starting right this second. Look at Jessica. For years, she blamed the guys in her life. Then she took accountability and realized she was the one directing the movie from the assumption, I will always be left. The second she grabbed the camera and started directing a new scene called I Am Always Chosen, the whole movie had to change. Same thing with David. Blaming his boss gives all his power away. But when he realized his own assumption, "I'm always overlooked," was the cause, boom. The camera's back in his hands and he can start shooting a new story.
And this quote, wow, it just captures this shift so perfectly. Admitting that your own power created the horror isn't about beating yourself up. It's the ultimate recognition of your own strength. Think about it. If you were powerful enough to create all that, just imagine the absolute greatness you can create once you start directing that immense power on purpose.
Now, before we go any further, we have to pause and address the most critical, most practical, and 100% non-negotiable step for anyone who might be in a harmful situation. This isn't theory. This is about your life and your well-being.
Let me be absolutely, completely clear. If you are in a situation that is physically or emotionally dangerous, your one and only priority is to get yourself to safety. That's it, period. This principle overrules everything else we're talking about. This is not the time to sit and try to manifest a change while you are still in harm's way. You have to prioritize yourself. You get out, you find physical safety first. The inner work, the rewriting of the programs, that happens once you are secure. Think about it. Accepting abuse is a symptom of a low self-concept. The very first powerful act of raising it is declaring, "I am worthy of safety," and taking action on that.
So, once you are safe, that is when the real journey begins. That's when you get to consciously and deliberately write your new story. This is about finally understanding the core principles that put that director's camera back in your hands for good.
So let's tie it all together. First, your power is not back there in the past. It's right here, in this moment. Second, you are not your programming. You are the programmer who can write a brand new code. Third, when you have a low self-concept, you unconsciously attract disrespect. The moment you start prioritizing you, reality has to start prioritizing you too. Fourth, you have to accept your role as the cause. Not as blame, but as the key that unlocks you from the prison of victimhood forever. And finally, you get to decide what is true now. And from this point on, your reality must follow your lead.
So really let this sink in. That old story is done. It's finished. The past has absolutely no power over you other than the power you give it. The director's chair is empty, and it's waiting for you. The only question left, the only one that truly matters, is right there on the screen. Who will you decide to be now?